welcome back to my commute. Schools are back in. My YouTube videos, my little longer form videos will probably start coming back. Because when I'm driving, that is when I do my most creative thinking, and I need to get it on film or tape or some form of safety where I'm not texting. This helps. Anyways, okay, so I was sitting here thinking about habits, how important they are. It really is. The sooner you start these habits, the better. Obviously, that's why your parents try to instill them into you. Clean your room, make your bed, because we want you to be responsible, successful adults. We're not doing it to punish you. We're trying to get you in the habit to where you don't think about it, because everything that you think about takes energy. So if you're having to think about what to do next versus just being on autopilot, which are those habits, you create those habits, and when you miss it, you feel like your day's off a little bit. That's how ingrained it is into you. But then the habits you take on with you into your adult life. My mom harped on the clean bedroom. I luckily lived with my oldest sister. I was the second oldest, and we all know oldest siblings, parent pleasers, clean, neat, perfection, you know. So, and then there was me. I just took advantage of it because we shared a room my whole life until she left her senior year for college, and I was now a senior. So she did everything for me. And then even when I lived in college, y'all, guess who I roomed with? Her. She cooked for me. She cleaned our room. So not until I got married did I actually have to start doing those things. And here's the thing with habits, or what people are trying to tell you to add into your own life. Because everything takes energy. You pick the ones that feel good for you. I've never worried about myself in life because I've never not had a direction. It's always been my direction, and I think what I've always based it off of was how I felt about something, how it made me feel, was I good at it? Did it challenge me? Like, I've always just used my intuition or whatever pulled me. So I think what we do is we have so many incoming outsiders starting from a very young age. Our parents tried to lead us in a way that is going to make us a successful human being adult, right? Responsible adult to keep the circle of life going successfully. And then we get confused when our direction is different. We have the artist gene, or we have the doctor gene, or we have the entrepreneurial gene. If your parents don't have it, if it skipped a generation, or if you want to try to branch out, it's so difficult because you're like, they said this is what a happy life is. They said this is what is going to make me succeed in life, versus us listening to our own intuition. I was very fortunate. I had parents who pushed us in the direction we wanted to go. They didn't have a path for us, except for get married and have lots of kids, which I did twice. But as far as like a career or what we wanted to do in life, our passions, they always encouraged it. No matter how silly it seemed. Maybe if we got carried away with it too much, they might have been like, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. But I don't think that's the case. And my parents both always had passions. My mom loved gardening, my dad did coins, sailing. When you have passions, you allow your kids to have passions. So you want to live in a life that gives your kids more permission to live theirs the way once they leave the house. So that's how I knew that as long as I followed my intuition, I'll always at least be happy in the journey. Even if I struggle, even if there's challenges, even if it doesn't go to plan, which it has never gone to plan. But yeah, so just use your intuition, just feel more. They tell you to escape your feelings, but I think that the feelings are what drive us. And I talk about this in my memoir. Also, I need to restart editing. I edited it once through, y'all. Now I have to go through it again. This task is so daunting. I just have to do it, or maybe I'll just hire somebody to do the rest of the editing. I don't know yet. But it's like that. I'm at that phase where I'm ready to release it, but I'm really scared. Like, fearful scared. Like, so scared because I know that this will be a huge divide for many people who read it. It's very potent, it's very intimate, it's very into my soul. So I'm scared because you don't let everybody see the inner workings of your mind or your thoughts or your history. When I let expressing myself through that on paper. It's very much like, will it be judged? What will people think of me? I think I'm a good person, but you know what, maybe people are gonna think I'm an awful person after this. Or crazy, I don't know. But you put yourself out there. Like, this is my soul. It's not like a project I did for work. It's like I'm pulling it out of my body, putting it in a nice little book, offering it to y'all as a key to your life. I always feel like the more lenses you have to look through, the more filters, the better you have to really come up to the best solution, because the more you know, right? And that's what I want my memoir to be. And so that's why being so real and authentic and raw in it. It comes from the deepest place of my soul. The deepest place. And the most controversial thing for women as having a sexual appetite, a huge sexual appetite, that I think is so shunned. And I'm opening myself up to being shunned. But I think, just like everything needs a movement, everything needs I see why this happens. I think we're all just trying to shut ourselves in. That's a pretty picture. I love my commutes, don't y'all? And sometimes these will be long, sometimes short. Life. Creation is the energy of life. Always be creating. If you're not creating, just be thinking. I don't know how to sit in silence, y'all. Literally, I do not know how to sit in silence. What is silence? I know how to sit and be quiet, but my mind is not silent. In fact, sometimes I'll think to myself, what do people do when they're not? Because I think everybody is blowing everything out of proportion as far as like our consciousnesses. We all have an inner narrator. We all have an inner Jiminy Cricket. We all have a devil and an angel on the shoulder. We just have to get different names for them. Or we're not willing to accept that yet. But silence is where you're thinking to yourself without getting external input. You're filtering it through all that you have in your own head. Because for me, if I'm being silent and you tell me not to think, I'm going to think about it. I can't think. That's just, what? Sometimes I can stare up into space and look like I'm thinking, have nothing in my head, but I guarantee you there's a whole story going on. I am building a whole movie in my head all the time, 24/7. Whether I'm replaying something, whether I'm doing something in the future now, and I am focusing on the present. I think that that's good for now. I think I got on a lot of tangents, but just remember, ADHD is my best friend.